Trying to see if you can see. Yes, okay. This looks pretty good. Welcome, everyone. I want you to have some. How about that? Okay. Alrighty, so here we are. We won't be doing much standing today. We're going to melt into ourselves. It is definitely what I need for my being right now. It's been a really intense last few days with the ceasefire in the Middle East, in the region. It's been really intense here on the island of Kohphangan. A lot of energy bubbling to the surface. And I feel a little dysregulated in my system. I feel like I'm, not able to focus in the ways that I really want to focus right now. And so this practice will be the container to come back in to focus. And welcome if you're here. Thank you for joining me. Actually, I want to check the chat just to make sure you can hear me and see me okay. It's so hard to see out here. Maybe no one left any chat, but welcome. I think you can hear me fine. Okay, so the first step to regulation is, I think, recognizing when we're dysregulated. So we're not trying to put pressure upon pressure and, force ourselves to focus where we're not able to focus, but to allow there to be some space and some silence and some quiet to begin to open. So open and also ground and find our center. So we'll just bring that into the practice today. You will need some props. So if you have pillows, blankets, blocks, things that will support you in this, feel free to pile them near to you. And we will come into a tall seat. Close the eyes, begin to cross the threshold into the practice today. Deepening the breath. Bring the weight of your body into your sits bones. Extend the sits bones, extend the tailbone down into the earth, slightly forward as if it were moving towards the heels of your own feet. And feel your spine soften back in space. The heart center beginning to lift and rise towards the sky. Shoulders easing onto the back body. You might even make a little adjustment with your arms and the placement of your hands. Reaching up tall through the crown of the head, let there be a gentle tucking of the chin. And bring the inner gaze to the third eye, the space between the brow point. Taking a deeper breath in. Long breath out. Deep breath in. Slow breath out. Inhale. And exhale. And bring the hands together at the heart center in prayer mudra, We'll come together with one Om, breathing in. Inhale. Exhale, gently bow your head towards your hands, towards your heart. Let this be symbolic of all of the thoughts of the mind falling into the frequency of the heart. We'll slowly bring our hands down to the lap and come up tall through the crown of the head. And we're just going to start with some simple side stretches. Take your left hand to the left, reach your right arm up towards the sky, and then over your right ear as you bend your left elbow, opening through that right side body, and breathe. Get really into your breath. Let the breath be, in a sense, bigger than the shape itself, like more prioritized, more important. Give it one more inhale and an exhale. Take it up through center. Draw your navel slightly in so you're connected to the core. Right hand is down now, left arm is up and over. And one more breath in and one more breath out. Okay, let's come up nice and tall. Let's do just a couple rounds of cat-cow. It's always good to open the spine, especially before we come into these more still shapes. We'll come onto our hands and knees. Wrists under shoulders, knees are underneath the hips. We will inhale and lift the tailbone, lift the chest and look up. Exhale, round the spine, tuck the chin, draw everything in. Inhaling to lengthen. Exhaling to round. Inhaling to lengthen. Exhale, round. Let's take a few more rounds on our own. I want you to go at your own pace. Maybe close your eyes and just feel the movement of the body in unison with your breath. We'll do one more, breathing in as you're ready, and breathing out. Come into a neutral spine, and we will take the seat back towards the heels just to transition in the posture. I pray that the noise around is not too cumbersome for any of you. This is also a great moment to say if you want to integrate any music into your practice, feel free to put on something very gentle that will help you go a little more inward. I love Indian ragas for something like yin yoga, where there's not a lot of language. It's just the music to support the inward meditation. Okay, we're going to start with our heart opening fish variation. So I'm going to bring the bolster towards the back of the mat, and I'm going to use a block for under my head, and I'm going to bring a blanket, but not too thick, onto the block. Now this is a bit more of a restorative shape versus yin, which is a wonderful way to start out the practice. It's going to help us to open the breath body a bit more, open the lungs. You can roll up a blanket or a towel here, or even another yoga mat, and let that act as your bolster. I'm going to lay down over the bolster. I'm going to bring my head onto the block or the pillow, and just the edge of the skull is on that block. I'm going to roll my shoulder blades kind of drawing towards one another just for a moment to get them to fall a bit more towards the floor. Stretch my legs out, and I can widen the legs and just let the toes fall. I don't need to flex the feet. I don't need to worry about any of that. Make sure the chin isn't jetting straight up towards the sky. Let there be a little tucking of the chin so that the neck and the throat are long. My shoulders here are not touching the ground because the bolster is quite high. If your bolster is lower and your shoulders are to the ground, that's okay. You're still getting a bit of a lift through the rib cage and into the lungs. We'll close our eyes. We'll take a couple of deep breaths, inhaling and exhaling. And use that depth of breath to bring you a bit more centered into the shape here. Think of breathing into the soles of the feet, all the way up into your heart. And as you exhale, think of releasing all tension in your body. Your only job here is to allow your body to be pulled down by gravity. We want to come to a certain point in our yin practice where we stop moving, where we settle in and we give it time. When the container of the body becomes more still, everything begins to rise to the surface, whether that is the aches and pains of the body, the stiffness of the body, emotions that we're feeling, thoughts that we're thinking. Our yogic practice gives us the opportunity to take the bird's eye view and assess where we're at any given moment in our life. Not to try to make it more perfect, but to find balance. Where am I out of balance in my emotions? Where am I out of balance in my mind? Breathing in and breathing out. Let's melt here for a bit now. Staying connected to your breath. Allow the shoulders to fall, even if they're touching the earth. Allow them to release any tension. Let the muscles of the face get very, very soft here. Breathe into your spine. Feel the spine expanding, even in stillness. I'll take another few rounds of breath. And as we come to the close of this pose, see if you can step even deeper into a state of surrender. Sometimes knowing that you're about to come out, you can mentally allow yourself to go a little bit deeper. Take a deep breath in and let it go. Okay, you can start to move your fingers and your toes nice and easy, circling the ankles and the wrists, and just bringing some gentle movement into the body. To come out of the pose, we're going to step the feet to the floor. I have a block under my head, so I'm removing the block and I'm going to dip down. And I'm going to start to lift my hips up towards the sky and just pull the bolster padding out from underneath me. And then I'm laying down in a Shavasana shape. Excuse me. Tickle in the throat. So the Shavasana, right? It's like in between the shapes, so much can happen. Allow the body to respond. Close the eyes and just drop in. Drop into gravity. Breathe in and breathe out. Okay, let's take the arms above the head, give a big stretch. You can interlace your fingers, reach the toes away, reach the hands away, stretch, stretch, stretch. Step the feet to the floor, release the arms and roll over to one side. Use your hands to pick yourself up. Okay, and we're up nice and tall. We'll come into the next shape. We're going to take a forward fold over each leg separately. So we're going to be stretching into the hamstring, getting a bit into the hip as well. We're going to take the right leg forward and the left leg will be in, but you can open the left knee a little bit away. And then we're going to turn to fold over the right leg. So I'm getting a bit of a stretch into that left inner thigh and groin, and then a lot into the hamstring. So setting this up, you've got a couple of things that you can do. And if you already know, you can just dive right into it. If you've got an enormous amount of tension in the back of this leg, taking a pillow and putting it underneath that knee is just going to make it softer and more gentle. You're literally bringing the earth right closer to you as you fold. So if you have any kind of like hamstring situation, great. If you want the intensity, let that go. I'm going to take my blocks forward around the level of my shin, and I'm going to actually bring my bolster on top of those blocks. I can feel a minor amount of pressure from the bolster into the shin, but it's not squeezing into it. A blanket might be helpful for the forehead here. Okay, let's take a deep breath. On the exhale, we're going to fold. I'm not flexing my foot at all. And I'm just going to pause when I feel some sensation, and I'm going to give it some time. And as you're able to perhaps bring your forehead to the padding, can just start to close the eyes wherever you are and deepen through the breath. Make any conscious adjustment. I feel my leg is beginning to open. I'm going to push the bolster a little bit away from me and then re-extend the spine and just allow my torso to fall a little more heavy towards the earth. It's going to increase the sensation a bit. In yin yoga and really in all yoga, you are working towards your edge and not beyond. So we're really fine-tuning our capacity to listen to the body and understand when the body is opening and it's a little bit uncomfortable versus pushing into something that may potentially damage us. Let's breathe deeper now. More powerful, fuller breath, longer breath, slower breath. Breathe in. Breathe out. And slowly, slowly start to pick yourself up. Walk your hands in. Come upright and just take a little lean back in space. Relax the leg, let the energy flow. Maybe a deep inhale through the nose. Open the mouth and let it go. Let out any expression, any emotion. We're going to shift sides. If you feel like you need to move the leg and the hip around, feel free. And we'll take that left leg forward. And notice, right, the left leg may be very different from the right. For me, it certainly is more intense. Bring that right foot in, but let there be some space and kind of open the knee away. And I think for me, I'm going to actually fold up a little bit of a blanket underneath the knee. So I do have a little extra support there. You can always take the support out. I'm going to do the same setup. There's going to be a little more pressure because now my knee is slightly lifted. That's fine. I know my edge. Inhale, lift up tall. Exhale, start the journey. Let it be a journey. Slowly finding your way. And we're trying to just relax here, let go of any gripping. Just like in that fish pose, allowing gravity to gently bring us closer to the earth. Relax the leg. Breathe into the sensation. The cicadas are coming. Hopefully the sound is okay. Make any conscious adjustment now if you feel like your spine, your leg is opening. Adjust the padding, take a breath, come back in. Coming back into that stillness and surrender. Deepen your breath. We're almost there. Let yourself just come as much into surrender as you're able to. Breathe in. Exhale, let it go, let it go. Start to come up tall. Very good. Release. You can just sit yourself back, let the leg relax, let all of that tension go. Breathe in and breathe out. And just give it a moment, give the body a moment to respond. Okay. We're going to come back down onto the spine and we're going to come into some twisting. So first, I'm going to turn so that I'm setting up in a way that is better for the camera. And I'm going to want to have a bolster and blocks nearby. And what I might want to do is bring the bolster on top of these blocks, or maybe you're stacking two pillows here. I'll come down. Let's just first make our way down and have like a little shavasana moment, just lengthening out the spine, feeling the energy flow after those 3 shapes that we've done now. It's a slow process, right? So when we're practicing yin yoga, restorative yoga, all of our yoga, just keeping the mind in it, not trying to rush things. You can also make a request if you want like a 20-minute yin, like something that is more shortened and succinct. I can definitely put that together. We're in the exploratory phase right now. Take your left leg, hug your left leg in. And we're going to roll onto the outer right edge of the body and bring that left leg on top of the bolster, on top of the pillow. I'm going to keep holding onto the right leg, and I'm sending my chest towards the sky. As I reach my left arm to the left, I'm cactusing my left elbow, and I'm working to get that left shoulder to the ground. So I might even need a little more padding underneath this leg to allow that left shoulder to fall. If you've got a sandbag, you could put it there. You can also kind of dangle the foot off for weight, and then maybe you can open both arms and just fall into the twist. It might take a little moment to really nestle yourself into this shape. And once you feel settled, begin to deepen into your breathing. Whenever we twist the body, we are opening the gallbladder meridian. Very helpful for detoxification. Let's give it a few more rounds of breath. Take an inhale. As you exhale, slowly release. We'll roll onto the spine. We'll lengthen the legs. We'll take a little shavasana, and we're really allowing all of those organs to decompress. And we'll switch it to the other side, which means, well, I can have enough space here. You can either turn around on your mat, or you can do like I'm doing and sit up and send the padding to the other side. I'm going to come pretty close to the padding with my left side. We're going to get this clock. Hug the right leg in and take it over. And again, I'm trying to bring my shoulders to the ground and my heart to the sky. Your head can face wherever. I like to look up, maybe at a certain point, roll it over towards the right. And it might be very different on this side. Drop into your breath. Few more breaths. We're almost there. Feel the space as it's coming. Give it one more inhale. And an exhale, we're going to roll out. Okay, we're going to open the body. Let those organs expand out of the compression. Ooh. Breathe in and breathe out. And just sink here for a moment. We're going to move into our final Shavasana. If you feel that you want to put anything underneath the legs or on the body to support you, feel free. I could honestly spend another 2 hours just hanging out in all of the shapes, but for the sake of the day, sake of your time, let's take a deep breath in. Let it go and sink into the earth that supports all of us, the earth that holds no judgment. Breathe in. Let it go. Move through your fingers and your toes, your wrists and your ankles, the elbows and the knees, the hips and the shoulders. Stretch your arms above your head. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Step your feet to the floor, roll over onto your side. Let your arms wrap around you. Take a moment here to say thank you to your higher self. Taking the time to practice today. Thank you to the body and the health that I have. Thank you to my mind. Thank you to my heart. We'll press the hands down. We will lift ourselves up into a nice tall seat. I know you can barely see me because the light is behind me. At least you can barely see my face. It's a natural filter. Maybe one day we'll put a light on. I don't know. All right. Come into that tall seat. Feel the joy in the body. Feel the centering in the body. Take a hand onto the belly, a hand onto or near your heart. And just press in gently to touch yourself, hold yourself, connect here to this physical body. May it ground us in our visions. Bring the hands together in prayer mudra at the heart. extending the light of our practice beyond ourselves, that our time here together can in some way be of service. We'll close with one Om, breathing in. And bowing towards each other. Namaskar, Namaste, Satnam, Shanti, Shalom, Pash, peace, peace, peace. Thank you for practicing with me today. Please let me know if you have any requests, if there's anything that I should know that would help to make the stream more hospitable. If you're on the island and we see each other, please say hello. Have a beautiful day. Much love to you. Blessings to your families and to your nations, and wherever you're coming from. May all be in peace.